Okay, so before we get to the next big moment in the story, we have some emails to check. From PB, the Peeved. Your doctor is one of the nosiest Asari that I have ever met, and that's saying a lot. She needs to take it down 4 or 5 notches, or I won't be long for this show. Which would be too bad, I think. Oh, never mind. Dear writer, I'm so glad for our chat earlier. I've had to defend what I believe so often, and I have to admit I'm a little tired of it. Whenever I meet someone who feels the same or just understands, I really appreciate it, so thank you. Suvi. I do want to comment that I actually saw a recent content creator, streamer, YouTuber, whatever. She pursued the other choice, and it turns out there were like, if you go further down that, it actually provides you some more choices in terms of continuing that discussion with her, even to the point where you could even say, I'm sorry, I don't feel the same way, but, you know, I hope I didn't offend you and all that. And Subi is so chill and cool about it. So if you're concerned that if you don't feel the same way or don't agree with her, it's okay to pick the other option because she's not going to get upset or offended or anything. She's totally cool about it, and she has a great attitude about it, because I believe what she says, the quote she said was, "It's healthy for someone to challenge me on my beliefs because it forces me to dig deeper into them to see whether or not, they're more worth believing or not." Or it's something along that line. I'm kind of paraphrasing what she says, but it's actually a really good quote. So I just want to go ahead and comment on that. From Bradley. Pathfinder, I could use your help with something Hanley's working on. I don't fully understand, so I'll let her explain it. She'll brief you when you get here. Bradley. And Carrie. Hi, hello, Ryder. Word is you had a successful mission on Eos. Well done. Want to come talk about it on camera? Carrie. Alright, so that opens that up now, but we will go ahead and do that later. For now, let's go ahead and trigger one of the next bigger moments in the story. This is a rather important moment in the story, because we're not only going to get to have our writer come face to face with the main villain of this game, but we're also going to meet one of the native races of this galaxy and our 6th and final companion.
We're on a collision course with unknown objects.
Make corrections. Sam, are you on this?
Collision is imminent.
All stop, now!
Not sure if it really works that way, considering how fast they were going and such, but whatever.
Ket ships, 12. No, more.
They've got us pinned against the Scourge.
They are scanning us, Pathfinder.
Well, scan them back.
Where is the one who activated the Remnant? Their DNA signature is there. Answer me.
I'm Ryder, captain of this ship and Pathfinder with the initiative.
You'll come with me.
They've lost navigation.
We're being steered into their ship.
Just tell me what you want.
I won't explain what you can't understand.
Ryder, I have almost regained control of the ship. I need a few more seconds.
I actually know a lot about the Remnant. We should compare notes.
Enough! Your defiance is naive and reckless. This day marks the beginning of your greatness.
Sam?
I have plotted a potential course through the Scourge.
Do it! Report.
Enemy destroyed. Damage to aft sensors.
Scourge got it?
Yes.
Get us out of here.
It will be tight.
Callow? Yes!
Nice work, kid.
Yeah. But who the hell was that guy?
Ryder, we've got trouble down here. You need to find us a port now.
Great. Where'd we end up anyway?
Sensors are damaged, but I think we're at the vault's coordinates.
You think? Gil, give it what you can. We're setting down.
We're being contacted.
We have to land. Open a comm.
Tov Jagalesto. Tov Jagalesto.
Listen, sorry to just show up like this, but I swear, we're the galactic good guys.
Efanola. Fahan and Gasadregara. Efanola. They're forcing us to land.
Then we land.
I mean, I got them to laugh. That's a good thing, right?
Yes. Ha, look at that. It's beautiful. We need in that vault.
Please, you're not really going out there on your own.
We can't afford a repeat of last time. I'm the Pathfinder. First contact is on me.
Most important thing ever. No pressure.
If this goes badly, if I get eaten alive, even if it's hilarious, please destroy the vids.
Tasco Jiabayenvad.
Get Tasqual Tamyahal.
Need me to take my shoes off?
Ehamda Gauss.
Mason Roa.
I'm Paran Shai, Governor of Aya. We are the Angara.
Hello.
I'll talk about this in a
I'm
moment.
Pathfinder with the initiative.
Yes, you crossed dark space. I've heard of your journey, Joel. I have this in hand.
Ephra saw the ship come in and sent me to find out what's going on.
He's a human from another galaxy. A Pathfinder.
Aya is hidden, protected. What do you want?
Okay. There's a lot to unpack here. A lot just happened, and yeah, so... gosh, where do I even start? We don't really need to talk about the scene with the Archon, honestly. That's just... Oh, we come face to face with our villain, and we don't even know that's the villain yet. And obviously foreshadowing for what's really going on, especially when it's like, this is the beginning of your greatness. We find out more about what that means later, trust me. Let's talk about First Contact, because as they are saying, this is First Contact. And yet it somewhat feels that way, and yet it also somewhat doesn't. Because when we first got here, they're contacting us in their own native language, and we're trying to communicate with them. What's funny is that it also right away seems to implicate that I guess their translators are working, because they seem to immediately know what I was saying. You caught that, right? Like, I basically told a joke, and they kind of laughed at what I said. Now, they're talking their own native language, but then we get to this governor here, and she is speaking to us in Basic. I'm not saying English, I'm saying Basic. And the reason I'm saying that is because if there's one thing that I remember learning when I played Star Wars The Old Republic, is that they clarified that it is not called English, it is called Basic. because to aliens, that is considered the basic language. This is not coming from me. This is coming from a Hutt. When I did the Rise of the Hutt Cartel expansion, a Hutt started talking to me in English, and the dialogue option I had was basic. Basic? Question mark? And I said, wait, you can speak basic? And he's like, oh, all Hutts can speak basic. We just choose not to. So, two things that taught me. One, that's what they refer to English as basic. Two, just because they're talking to us in their native language doesn't mean they don't understand us. Or that they can't communicate with us. They're just kind of like choosing not to, because some of them just prefer to speak their own native language. So, in some ways, one, we can either interpret that, one, they have really good translators that immediately allowed them to kind of figure out the basic language they could communicate to us with that, or two, they have already had first contact with our people in the Nexus and perhaps have had time to actually learn basic, or we also have good translators that worked really fast and really well, probably helped by Sam, to be able to translate their native language into basic for us. Because, again, if this was entirely first contact, we'd probably not be hearing them speak basic at all. And yet, right away we hear both the governor and this guy, Jal, saying that to us, when the others were not. But perhaps they already knew basic, they just didn't bother because they probably just prefer to speak in their own native language. Like that Hutt I met in Star Wars. Now, we'll talk more about Jal later, but let's just say I like Jal. Like, I really do. Like, I like his story, I like his character. And I will say, he's probably one of the better romances for... Now, I believe they made it where you can actually romance him for either gender, but I've already made it clear that Cora is my go-to romance for male writer, and I've also said before about how I only am interested in the straight romances. But when it comes to the romances for Sarah Ryder, straight romances, I mean, I actually think Jal might be one of the better ones. It's kind of like how Garrus was probably the best romance for Femshep, straight romance, I mean. It's kind of the same thing with Jal. He's actually pretty cool. You know, he has, you know, they'll talk about how the Angaran are actually very emotional, and yeah, he does tend to get emotional at times, but he's also pretty cool and chill, and he'll actually, you know, like, introduce us to his very large family, as we will learn more things about the Angaran culture and such, which is something I really liked. And of course, this was a big deal. When this game first came out, this was a big deal for us to finally get a brand new race in the Mass Effect universe, because we've had the same ones that we've had before, Solarians, Turians, Asari, you know, we were going to get Quarians later, but we haven't had any new races other than the Ket. And then we come here and we meet the Angara. So this was a big moment. But it also felt a little confusing because we weren't entirely sure, is this truly first contact or is it not? So, anyways.
We didn't know what we'd find here, to be honest. But I'm open to sharing what we know, if you are.
Honest? Honesty would be a good start. I'll inform Ephra. He'll be waiting for you in his office at the Resistance headquarters. I'll meet you there.
I will accompany you through our city. Your crew will stay on your ship. Follow me. Follow closely. Do not try to explore the city or interact with anyone. Ephra's guards will use force if necessary.
Understood.
Hold on. Wondering why it's not tracking that.
Is it okay to ask you questions?
I suppose.
If you're the governor, why do I need to see this Ephra?
He's leader of the Resistance.
What's that?
They fight the Ket and protect us.
What's happening?
We have a visitor.
This isn't safe. We should
I detect unusual levels of electrostatic energy in the Angara.
Put that away.
It's just a scanner.
Put it away now.
Take it easy.
This is insane. It belongs in a containment cell.
Let Governor Shire handle this.
You don't know what you're doing.
Am I that intimidating?
You're an outsider who invaded our home. We know nothing about you.
I'm not here to cause trouble.
Then keep moving.
How did it find us?
He, not it. And stop staring.
That's a human. I've seen one before.
None of the local flora register in my data files. We've encountered an undiscovered ecosystem.
Also, I should note, you know that are you noticing that they also have been calling us humans? So they know what humans are. It's not like if this was true first contact that they would be like, "What are you? We've never seen you before." It really leads me to believe that they have had first contact with our people from the Nexus, and thus, or maybe even exiles, because we also come to know that they also are, they have people at the port of Kadara, which is the place where the exiles are. So they've had first contact probably with the exiles, and that's how they know who humans are, and probably also got to know about the language of Basic. So this may be first contact for us, but it's not first contact for them.
Your city is beautiful.
Thank you. You're the first outsider to see it.
I'm honored.
Though no humans have actually been here.
What happens if Ephra doesn't like me?
He won't.
Why is Piranha
But you
allowing
need
this?
to earn his trust.
He's responsible for everyone's safety. I know what that's like.
You're a leader.
Trying to be.
It'll be okay. Just keep him inside.
This is the Resistance headquarters.
Ephra will.
Ephra is waiting inside.
They are bullies, but this situation is now your fault. Don't get kicked out, Moran, not because of them.
But you're telling me to be weak.
No. I am telling you to be strong through your cunning and heart. Okay? Hey.
It really is the best one in the Resistance.
I know.
Our experience with the Ket makes us naturally distrustful of all aliens.
We've had our own run-ins with the cat.
Then you really do understand. When the Archon came to Helios, he demolished our sovereign state. Took what he wanted, as if we were nothing. Now, the Ket mercilessly abduct Angara. Often, we never see our people again. Come this way. Ephra is waiting.
Wait, the cat kidnapped you? Steal your people?
And the Resistance fights them every day. With everything we can.
Is it attrition? What are they after?
You should save your questions for Ephra.
Kadara be damned. I won't lose Fold. Ephra, this is one of the aliens from the Milky Way. A Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. It's an aggressive move coming to Aya.
I love the way that Jaws said that. Milky Way.
It wasn't meant that way. I have an ark full of desperate people counting on me to find them a home before they starve.
Of course, I feel for you and your people. So, Pathfinder, never mind how you even found us. Why are you here?
On a hostile planet we call Eos, I explored an ancient structure, a vault, and brought it back online. It stabilized that planet's environment.
Remnant. Recent intelligence supports that claim.
If I'm right, there's a vault on Aya that's different. I need to look inside.
You're right. There's a vault out there, but it was shut years ago and the entrance hidden. We
can't help you.
The Moshai could. She's our most revered scientist and elder. She knows this vault.
But now the Ket have her, and our rescue attempts failed. She's lost to us. And you.
There must be another way. How can I convince you? Can I offer help?
Arrogant. I don't know you, let alone trust you. Why would I want your help?
Of course.
Ephra, Ephra, what this alien says is extraordinary. The Moshai would want us to be brave and not let this chance pass.
Joel, you talk too much.
Let me assess this, alien. I'll be your eyes. I know you can spare me.
Go if you want. But when he tries to kill you, be prepared to strike first.
I'm Jal Amaderov. I'll be your envoy through Angaran space.
Thank you for trusting me.
I don't. But I can always kill you in your sleep.
Good to know.
Fair enough.
I've organized my analysis of Aya. Shall I relay it to the Nexus?
Definitely.
So there's not much to do here, obviously. There are a couple of people to talk to. I do like this interaction here.
Trade? Trade. Trade.
Are you asking or telling?
Wondering, do you exchange goods and services? How does your economy work?
I love this interaction because this is exactly the type of thing that you would expect in actual first contact. Two different races and cultures coming together. Of course they would want to know about things such as trade, how, if they can be able to, what they can be able to exchange, what, and how such, those are great questions that I would expect to hear.
We pay for things with a currency called credits. Abstract wealth.
The Ket offered gifts, made odd bargains, never traded. What are your credits worth? What can we do with them?
You pay them to us for whatever we're selling.
Now we cut open the heart. And what do you offer?
I don't know. What do you want?
Your ship?
Not for sale.
Worth a try.
Is there something else I can do for you?
Yes. Call me Soka. I run cargo between Aya and other worlds. Good work. Good at it. You're here to help my people. Prove it. I need help. One of my suppliers off-world stopped checking in. Has things I need. There could be trouble.
What makes you think I can help?
You found Aya, maybe you found my supplier. Can't hurt to ask.
You're one of few people here willing to give me a chance. I'll take it.
You have a ship? I have my supplier's nav point. His name is Kolo. Find him, his supplies. Come back and prove you're helpful. Then maybe we trade.
Fair enough. So yeah, a number of these things are closed off, and we can't really do anything about it yet. Until we open up Aya. So like I said, we can basically just go around just this small area here, scan this. And it's like, okay. We can talk to this one here, and then we can just leave with Jal.
Stars above. It's you. I was hoping to get a chance to speak with you. You left your home to cross dark space. Is it true you can never go back?
Yeah. This is home now.
To take such a risk and give up your old life, why did you do it?
I believed in what the initiative stood for. I still do.
That's noble of you. I'm not sure I could make the same choice.
My turn for a question. Do I get to know your name?
Oh, of course. I'm Avela Kajar, curator for the Repository of History. We study relics of our past, try to piece together what we lost in the Scourge. And the truth is, there was something I wanted to talk to you about. Pathfinder, how much do you know about our history?
The cat hit your people pretty hard, right?
They did, but long before that, the Scourge destroyed our technology, first targeting our ships. Many of those ships went down over Havarl. The wilds of that planet are filled with history. A scientist on Havarl just contacted me with the new nav point of an intact crash site. A huge opportunity. But with Remnant patrolling the area, we can't get close enough. Not like you can.
How do you know about me and the Remnant?
I have friends in the Resistance. They heard your conversation with Ephra. I know it's a lot to ask, but you have a ship and the means to get past the Remnant. Without your help, I'm stuck.
You're trusting your history with an outsider?
I know what people say about you, but I don't agree. I think you're here to help.
I am.
Now's your chance to prove it. You want to earn Aya's respect, right? Recovering our past will go a long way.
I don't think Ephra would be too happy with this arrangement.
Ephra doesn't have to know, and if he finds out, he can direct his anger at me.
It takes guts to stand up to him.
I'd face worse to get a piece of our history back.
I've always wanted to give archaeology a try.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. If you find anything, I'll be here. Thank you, Pathfinder.
I am Enro Bosan, assistant to Governor Paranshai. You're free to explore this area, but the city is off limits. Until that changes, I'll be your liaison. How may I help you, Pathfinder?
Sounded like you and Jal know each other.
Our families are related.
You sound nothing alike.
We have multiple worlds. Our culture is complex.
I'd like to know more.
Earn our trust and maybe you will.
You don't just stand here waiting to answer my questions, right?
I assist the governor in all matters. While you're here, this is my priority.
Pretty far outside your normal job, huh?
I did not begin this day expecting to speak with it. You?
Nice save.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
What can you tell me about your other worlds?
Life on them is hard, the people harder. Every day is a struggle to survive.
Why not bring everyone here?
We will not abandon any more worlds to the Ket, and Aya cannot support all of us.
When am I allowed to visit the city again?
That's not for me to decide.
Who will? Your boss? Or Ephra?
Governor Shai has jurisdiction over Aya. She will authorize your entrance if you earn Ephra's trust. You spoke with Soka and Avela. Help them, and you may help yourself. The Ket swayed us with words. Now we judge outsiders by their actions.
I like how he acknowledged that I already talked to the other two.
Thanks for your time, Enro.
Of course.
Ryder, ship's fixed up and ready to fly.
Nice job.
Your ship is... We have nothing like it.
Wait till you see the inside.
It gets better.
Oh, yeah.
You ready to go?
I'll introduce you to the rest of my crew.
I'm just saying, as far as first contact goes, at least that went better than the last one.
Only slightly.
Yeah, what happened? I wanted to look around.
And now we have another mouth to feed, whatever he eats.
Did the translators not work?
They work.
I know we're improvising as we go, but let's remember that there is Pathfinder team protocol.
Don't think I got that handbook. Ryder, we followed our best lead here, and now we don't even have that.
Jal has offered to do what he can to help us access the vault on Aya.
How do we do that when we're leaving the planet it's on?
That's a fair point. Jal?
Seriously?
Settle down. Ryder's right. There's an Angara right here. Let's hear from the new guy.
One day, about 80 years ago, the Archon and the Ket arrived in Helios, and the horror began.
They declared war?
Nothing so easy to define or fight.
The Ket kidnap Angara. Their people disappear without a trace. What if they were us?
Sure, I'll fight Ket all day long, but that's no plan.
I agree. We need to get into that vault, Ryder. Surprisingly, I'm with PB. Our own mission has to take priority.
We have a plan. Kind of. Pretty solid. Jal?
The resistance is stretched thin. I was tasked with traveling to 2 of our worlds at our briefing this morning. And you'll accompany me.
Because?
Because then, Ephra will see you as trustworthy. You want that.
Jal's told me about these 2 worlds. Havarl and Vol.
Before the Scourge disaster, Vold was a thriving planet of billions. A shining center of technology and life.
And now?
It's the center of our ground war against the Ket. Our resistance base is fighting Ket Command for control of the planet.
What about the other?
Aval is the birthplace of the Angara. It's started to degrade, to become wild and dangerous. We suspect Remnant.
Now we're talking.
We've recently lost contact with our scientists.
Still don't get how any of this helps us.
I do. Help us, or rather help me, and I'll vouch for you, right? Because Jal wants inside Aya's vault too.
Pathfinder, it's your call.
It's it's not that he wants inside the vault. He just wants us to help them with the Ket and also to have a shot at getting the Moshai back, who is the only one that can get us into that vault. This cutscene exchange just seemed very odd to me. Like, they were all upset and they just weren't up to speed on what the situation was. And it also just seemed as if Ryder wasn't either. You know, like, they almost made it sound as if they didn't want to bother doing this. They just wanted to march in and just bulldoze their way into the vault here on Aya. And it's like, guys, shut up and listen to what the situation is. It just seemed so odd. This is actually I'll be honest, this is one of my least favorite cutscenes in the game. Just because it just seemed as if people weren't thinking. Or, actually, like, using their brains here.
Let me weigh the options. I'll let you know.
We'll be ready, whatever you decide.
Jal, give Callow the nav points for both planets. Let's do this.
We also forgot to mention that Vold is basically, well, Hoth. It's very, very cold there.
What do you make of the Angara, Dom?
Still compiling my first impressions. But even their body language is so emotional. I can't wait for my first session with Jarl.
Try not to scare him away, huh?
That just seemed mean.
How'd you resist all that tasty fruit on Aya, huh?
Oh. For some reason didn't play her dialogue. So Jal is going to be in here.
So, Jal.
So?
We haven't had a chance to talk alone. You comfortable in here?
I took it. It feels strange to stay with the others. You're aliens.
And you're alien to us. So there, we have something in common.
We can look at it as a place to start.
Got it.
Perhaps then, if we're all aliens, it's about what kind of alien we are.
You had no idea about us, but you signed up to help us anyway.
Perhaps it had nothing to do with you.
Care to elaborate?
I do not.
How do you know Moshae Sefa?
She's our greatest mind on the Remnant. I was his student.
You studied the Remnant too?
A little. I was terrible. I quit. Or she threw me out. One of those. We're still very close.
So, is that your rifle?
It is now. It's Ket. With my own modifications. I like to tinker, to get my hands on something and take it apart.
That's a skill I know we can use. But I have one request. Please don't take apart my ship.
You're right. I signed up. Volunteered for this. It's exciting. There's something unique about you. Uneasy, raw, but somehow profound.
Face value, that sounds like a compliment. A nice one.
It is. Angara feel deeply. We have more trouble hiding our emotions than showing them. I should get back to my work.
As if I didn't have enough on my plate, add deciphering alien psychology.
What plate?
Exactly. See you later.
Alright, before we cut it off, I believe I got some email to check.
Aya has so much biodiversity and the waterfalls.
Just like Sirkesh.
Thanks to that remnant storage box from the EOS vault, all I need is one particular piece of REM tech to complete my project. My scanner located what I need on Vold. If we have a chance, can we go find it? PB. Pathfinder Rider. A manifest of items that I have brought aboard your ship, the Tempest. 1. Blankets and bedding in the event of your unfamiliar alien bedding is insufficient or uncomfortable. 2. A small number of personal projects. These are bits and pieces of Angaran tech and weaponry. 3. 25 jugs of nourishment paste. This will need to be replenished regularly. 4. Armor, including my 2 Rofjin, unknown alt capes, suspenders, and equipment to repair them. 5. Vials of salves, creams, and perfumes. I can provide your science officer with a list of ingredients if that is required. I've also brought my personal weapon, a Ket rifle. I've been issued an Omni tool, which I am currently calibrating. I hope that this list is compliant. Liam, come by when you've got a minute. I got an idea I want to run by you. Might help everyone deal with the craziness around here. Costa. So I was actually going to go to Vold first. We're going to have to go to... Oh, actually, no, not Vold. I'm sorry. To Havarl. We're going to go to Havarl first and help with the scientists there, kind of get situated there. And then it's going to direct us to Vold, because Vold is going to be where the next main story mission is in order for us to go save the Moshae. So when we return, we may do some more, checking about what people have to say about what just happened in regards to us, 1, encountering the Archon, 2, going to Aya. And then we will probably take a look around on the galaxy map, see if new places have opened up, including the 2 new planets we'll have to head to. So stay tuned.